Thank you for joining us. Welcome back to the bright side. We're talking skin health. We're going to cover acne for a couple more days, and then we'll move on to other skin health issues: eczema, psoriasis, dryness, accelerated aging, hyperpigmentation or dark spots, among other topics. I've been studying the skin really hardcore since 1983. That's when I first started working for the Blistex Corporation. I've been formulating products since then as a compounding pharmacist, a chemist, as an academic researcher. I've owned a skincare school. I've trained estheticians. And if there's one thing I would tell you about having healthy skin, it's this. And this should come as no surprise if you've listened to this program for any length of time. All skin diseases, pretty much all skin issues with very rare exceptions, are about the internal condition of the body. They're an announcement, a pronouncement about what's going on inside the body. And the skin problem itself, the zits or the rash or the eczema, as distressing as it may be, is really a symptom of something that's going on inside the body. If anyone tries to convince you that all you need is their cream or their lotion and you can rub it on your dark spots or pimples or bags under your eyes, your dry skin, and then all of a sudden your skin's going to be healthy again, they do not understand how the skin works. What shows up on the skin, for better or worse, for good or for bad, for health or distress, what shows up on the skin is the end result of what has been going on percolating inside the body. This is true about all skin issues, and includes acne, which is the most common of all skin disorders. 80% of Americans are going to break out at one time or another. Interestingly, acne is a Western disease. It's a disease of Western civilization. Studies on indigenous cultures show that a lack of acne, as well as a lack of obesity, a lack of diabetes, a lack of heart disease, these are all very common. Lack of these issues are very common in indigenous cultures, but the presence of these issues are very common in the West, for those of us who eat the Western diet and subsist on the Western lifestyle. Whatever your skin health challenge is, if you're going to treat your skin, you got to understand what's happening inside the body, the structure of the skin, the microstructure of the skin, the chemistry of the skin, the biochemistry of the skin, as well as all of the chemical reactions and chemistry that's going on inside the body. You don't have to understand all the chemical reactions, but you just have to have a sense of the chemistry and how everything interacts. Most cosmetic chemists understand chemistry of skincare products, but they don't necessarily understand what's going on in the skin. This is why cosmetic chemistry typically is based on waxes and oils and stuff that isn't going to do anything for your skin. When I hear a doctor on television or a skincare company advertising their wares based on superficial appearances or symptoms, how your skin feels when you rub a product on, I feel like cringing. I feel like throwing something at the television set. Does anyone realize that when you put a skincare product on your skin and then rub your finger along the area that you applied your product on, you're not feeling your skin, you're feeling the product? What the heck is that about? We feel the product and somehow we've been convinced that that's our skin. When you put a moisturizing cream on, you're putting wax and oil, emulsifier. Only thing you're putting on your skin is stuff that's going to make your finger feel like something when you rub your finger on it. It has nothing to do with moisture, and it doesn't create any soft skin. It solubilizes, it dissolves some of the dead tissue on the surface. That's what softening is when you hear about skin softening. So you're feeling product when you rub your finger on your skin. That's a mixture of wax and oil, vegetable oil, fake oil, propylene glycol, as well as other excipients like fillers and preservatives. Not only are you doing nothing to improve the moisturization of your skin, but as we'll find out, you're actually suppressing your skin's natural moisture factors. This is why I came out and why I'm coming out with my Truth Treatment products. It's not going to be skincare in a typical sense. It's going to be doses of vitamins, doses of vitamin A, doses of vitamin C, doses of building substances that turn on building, not silly Helena Rubinstein moisturizers. Helena Rubinstein was a Russian lady who came to the United States in the 1920s, and she's supposedly, credited anyway, as being the originator of modern cosmetic and skincare, modern model of cosmetics and skincare. She based it on ancient ideas from Greece and Egypt and Sumeria, even 12,000 years ago, even 50,000 years ago. Human beings were obsessed with adornment of the skin canvas. Almost as soon as we became conscious, self-aware, somewhere around 50,000 years ago, we started to paint our face, started to put things on the face. And we're still basically doing the same thing in order to treat the skin. Now, when it comes to acne, that's especially problematic because acne tends to affect teenagers, adolescents who are in a very sensitive psychological state. Now, these days, adult acne is also common, and unfortunately, adults with acne are also in a very psychological state. So acne is, to me anyway, it's serious business. It's not just some superficial topical issue. In addition to having implications for the inside of the body, there's a psychological component to breaking out. And that's why it's just not fair for skincare companies and supposed healthcare professionals to be promoting these topical strategies that just maybe superficially improve the appearance of the skin, but don't do anything to correct the disease. The reason we're bamboozled and tricked, entranced into believing things about taking care of the skin that fly in the face of logic and common sense, the reason skincare products don't work and can't work, if work is defined as having real, non-superficial effects, and the reason for the failure of most acne treatments, is the misunderstanding of the skin based on its illusory, static, it looks like nothing's happening. And it's an illusion. It has this illusory static appearance, has an illusory homogeneous appearance. It looks like it's uniform. In combination with the medical mythology that makes doctors and dermatologists and representatives of the healthcare system into gods. It's a combination of our illusions about the skin with the idea that doctors know what they're doing. If you look at your skin in the mirror, or if you look at someone else's skin, you're going to see what looks like a pretty uniform sheet or covering. This is most of us subconsciously, if not consciously, believe that the skin is, that it's just a sheet. But if you zoom into the skin, you're going to see a mosaic structure made up of all kinds of different components. You're going to see a dynamic structure that's moving rapidly. And if you look really, really closely with a microscope, you're going to see tiny little openings, 700 little openings per square inch. Those are called pores. And it is within these pores, and the underneath area, the pore is the surface, but the underneath area is called a follicle. That's where your acne pimple is born. And if you're going to treat your acne, and you can treat your acne, if you're dealing with acne, you can treat it. It can reverse almost right away. It can completely reverse, never to be seen again within 4 to 8 weeks. If you're going to do it, if you really want to do it, you got to understand the nature of the pore and the follicle and the skin. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
The polar vortex is here and expected to freeze over part of the U.S. Help is needed. Resources are often drained by people capable of caring for themselves, leaving those with the greatest needs to go without. Do your part by being prepared this winter. A supply of Go Foods will provide delicious nutrition, comfort, and security during hard times. Protect your community and call Go Foods at 1-800-648-9753 or on the web at www.storefoodnow.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins, but did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your product and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co. Bidbit.co.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
We're talking acne. You got to understand the opening on the surface of the skin called a pore, and then the cavity that the opening is the top of. You got a little cavity called the follicle. That's where hair is made. And then the opening, the top of that follicle, is called a pore. Acne, like all health issues, like all chronic diseases, is a disease of inflammation. This is what disease is about, inflammation. These days you're hearing doctors and drug companies via commercials talking about inflammation. Congratulations, but inflammation is not a big deal. Inflammation is the way a defensive response shows up. That's the problem. It's a defensive response. Inflammation is immunity. Immunity is defense. And defense, meaning some kind of burden is getting into the system, some kind of stress is getting into the system. This is clearly indicated by the word dis-ease. Dis-ease, lack of ease. Or excessive stress. Excessive stress equals a lack of ease. And I'm talking here physical. I'm not talking psychological or mental stresses. Obviously, they're important. But here I'm talking about physical stress, physical burden. Something is taking its toll on the body, specifically on the fundamental component of the body, the cell. All disease is cell disease. All disease is cell disease. That's the mantra. That should be the mantra for the healing profession. All disease is cell disease. It's not because your doctor can't help you at the level of a cell. This is God's realm. This is the divine forces realm. Through nutrition and through the decisions that we make, we control the effects on the cell, not the doctor. The doctor can only poison the cell or remove the cell through surgery or radiate the cell. That's all a doctor can do. Poison, radiate, or remove the cell. He cannot help the cell, period. No drugs can do it. This is the dirty little secret of medicine. Medicine is helpless at the level of a cell. It doesn't matter because we can do it. This is so empowering. This frees us from the tyranny of the medical model, the idea that we can take care of our own cells. But to understand how to take care of the cell, you got to understand what the burdens on the cell are. There's not a lot. There's only three: starvation, suffocation, and toxification. This leads to the defensive response. Starvation, meaning a lack of nutrients; suffocation, meaning a lack of oxygen; and toxicity, meaning all the crap we put into our system, chief among which is sugar. Yes, sugar is a toxin. After a small amount, which is required for the brain, the rest of it has to be detoxified, stored, and processed. And doctors can't help you. The doctor is ignorant of this fact. He does not know. No doctors will, unless they're listening to this program, and some are, they do not know that they're helpless at the level of a cell. They've never thought of that. Poisoning, radiation, surgery, instead of acknowledging its utter failure in reversing degenerative disease and acknowledging its ignorance, the medical model has the arrogance, has the nerve to marginalize what I'm talking about here, to marginalize these ideas as quackery, as non-scientific. But it doesn't matter. We could do it ourselves. We just need ease. We got to figure out how to create an environment of ease for the cell. And fortunately, from a physical perspective, it doesn't take much. Deep breathing, making sure you're oxygenating, eliminating toxicity, and getting yourself on the mighty 90 essential nutrients. There's not a drug in the world that can restore the ease to the body as effectively, without cost, without side effects, without any of the other unpleasantries that's associated with medical intervention, as simply and as effectively as just plain old elimination of toxicity, breathing in the mighty 90. And folks, that is good news. That is great news, especially if you're dealing with a health challenge, including acne. So all disease is cell disease. This includes the dis-ease called acne. To effectively address acne, to reverse it, which is easy to do. Easy to do. I've seen it hundreds, if not thousands of times over the last 32 years. Acne can completely disappear. But we got to understand the mechanism, how a pimple develops, and it all comes down to those little openings on the surface of the skin, the pores, which is the top of the follicle, the organ for making hair. So you got a cavity in the skin, that's called a follicle, just a little indentation in the skin, lots of them actually, but focusing in on one, little indentation, that little indentation is called a follicle. It's where a hair is made. And then the top of the follicle, the opening, is called a pore. The skin is covered with these hair-making structures. Each one of them, by the way, has a little oil pump. How do you like that? Each one of these little cavities has its own little oil pump. It's called a sebaceous gland or sebum-making gland. You just call it an oil pump. So this follicle is actually a three-part system. It's got a little hair, it's got a little gland, and it's got an opening on the top. This is so cool. Can you imagine how tiny this thing is? Can't see it, it's invisible. You literally have a little oil pump that's microscopically small. You've got a little hair-making structure, and then the top is covered with a pore, and this is the birthplace of a pimple. And in order to understand how to take care of pimples, you've got to understand the nature of the pore and the follicle, and this little hair. This is, by the way, where ingrown hairs come from. Same idea. Why? Well, when you have acne, you got cells that are overgrowing inside this pore and follicle structure. That's the beginning of acne. If you have a hair that's trying to pop out, it'll be an ingrown hair. Once you get this pore, the cells of the pore and the follicle overgrowing, that's where the acne pimple develops. Remember, how cells grow is controlled by inflammation, which in turn is a result of starvation, suffocation, and toxification, which tells you by controlling your diet, by making sure you've got enough oxygen, enough of the mighty 90 essential nutrients, eliminating toxicity, cells will not overgrow, pimples will not appear. There's a lot of key nutrients when it comes to the world of nutrition for dealing with acne. I'll just tell you one. We've talked about it before, and that's vitamin A. Vitamin A is a normalizing vitamin. It is a must-have for all. It's a must-have, period. It's one of the mighty 90 essential nutrients. But if you have acne, you absolutely want to make sure you're using vitamin A. Not by itself. Never want to take one vitamin by itself. They exist as a team. Last program, we talked about vitamin D working with vitamin A. Indeed, it does. And there's also minerals that work with vitamin A. We'll continue this tomorrow. Just want to get this out of the way. Vitamin A for acne, 20,000 international units a day. 20,000. You can even take more, 30,000 a day. Don't want to take too much, and you don't want to take it without the rest of the mighty 90. Not that there's any toxicity unless you take ridiculous amounts. Dr. Atkins, Robert Atkins, in the book The Vitamin Nutrient Solution, talks about using 100,000 international units a day for acne. Anyway, we'll continue this tomorrow. We'll talk about the formation of pimples and some topical strategies as well as internal strategies you can do to make your acne disappear forever. And that'll be tomorrow on the bright side. Time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Jacob in Texas. What's up, Jacob? Welcome to the bright side.
Hey, Ben. Just want to say I appreciate all the work you're doing.
Thank you.
You always put it in terms that any layperson like myself can understand.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. What's going on? How can we help you? Oh, there's the music. Give me what's your question, real quick, and then we'll get to it.
I just wanted to know some strategies for supporting my knees, my joints.
Your joints or your knees or your knee? You say your niece's joints or your knee joint?
My knees.
Your knee. Hang tight. We'll tell you all about that knee. The knee's a really tricky joint. Did you have knee surgery by any chance, Jacob?
I have not.
Okay. Hang tight. We'll get to you when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right, that's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins. But did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer Bidbit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co. Bidbit.co.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Talking to Jacob in Texas about the knee. That's a tricky little joint. Are you an athlete or runner or anything like that?
Yeah, I like to work out just about every day except for on weekends when I try and take a break. But I know for sure that I don't breathe enough.
Okay.
Just on my relaxing time, but I do take the Healthy Start Pack every day.
Glucogel caps? Are you using the glucogel caps?
I'm not using the glucogel caps. That was going to be
Yeah, you want to throw those in. Definitely want to throw those in. How old are you, Jacob?
I'm 27.
Okay, yeah, you're young, but you're putting a lot of stress on the knee joint. Here's the deal: 27 is a very interesting age. Hang on, just a sec, Jacob. 27 is an interesting age because you're right at the cusp of, believe it or not, becoming an adult. You're not an adult, really, at least from a biological, even from a psychological perspective, till around age 28 or so. And that's when I call it hitting the wall. That's where you could get away with a lot of stuff before you hit 28. And anybody who's 28 or older will tell you this. Right around the age of 28 or so, you hit the wall, and things you used to be able to do, you can't do as much. So you're probably starting to feel this. You're probably starting to get to the beginning of where you're about to hit that wall. So it's very important that you recognize that you're going to have to start changing how you operate a little bit. You may need to take more days off. It's probably not a good idea to work out every day because the recovery stage is when the muscles recover, is when the muscles build. So you got to make sure you're getting enough rest, and everyday workouts not giving your joints enough recovery time. So you might want to take some more time off. If there's any, if you're eating any pro-inflammatory foods, or if you have any digestive health issues, those need to be corrected as well. And as far as anti-inflammation goes, and that's really what you're talking about when it comes to the knee or knee pain or knee instability, you're talking about inflammation. In addition to making sure you're eating correctly, there's no toxins getting into your body through foods or digestive impairment, you want to start using anti-inflammatory nutrients, and there's quite a few. Now, I've been working out for many years, and I don't let a workout go by without following it up with some vitamin E and alpha-lipoic acid. Vitamin E is tremendously anti-inflammatory, as is alpha-lipoic acid. That's a tricky one, alpha-lipoic acid, in the sense that it's not found in a lot of general nutritional supplements. You got to go out of your way to get it, but it's a wonderful, wonderful, awesome supplement. 400 milligrams a day is a good place to be after your workout. If you have blood sugar problems, alpha-lipoic acid can also help you with your blood sugar issues. You do have to get that at a health food store, and it's one of the more expensive of the nutrients of the supplements, but it's an awesome supplement.
Actually, I do take alpha-lipoic acid. I was just looking at the bottle. It's 200 milligrams per capsule.
Double up.
I can just double up.
Double up. The only downside on that one is that it's a little bit pricey, but other than that, it's non-toxic and very effective. Vitamin E, 400 IU a day. Use the mixed tocopherol form, mixed, M-I-X-E-D, tocopherol, or mixed tocopherol and tocotrienols is the best. They're a little pricey also. And then plain old vitamin C is wonderfully anti-inflammatory as well. You might want to throw in some MSM sulfur and some selenium, both of which are involved in the production of glutathione. And hopefully you're doing a good source of protein, either bone soup or whey protein when you come home from your workout. That can also have some muscle building or joint or connective tissue building effects that can be anti-inflammatory.
I did notice that my knee only really started getting at least a little bit more sore when I stopped because I ran out of the One World Whey protein. I was just kind of going through my random veggie proteins that I had, but I eat plenty of eggs, and I definitely take the like I said, the BTT, and I drop in some vitamin C as well into the after I work out.
Here's the advantage to whey protein. It's called glutathione. Glutathione itself plus glutathione building compounds are rich in whey. In fact, there's no other protein that has as much glutathione and glutathione building components as whey protein. Eggs might be close, but nothing like whey protein. It is the athlete's premier protein source, protein supplement, and I would definitely be doing some whey. Okay, got to move on, Jacob. Anything else you want to ask?
That should be good. I appreciate it.
Good deal. Thanks a lot, man. Have a beautiful day. Okay, Cindy in Virginia, welcome to the Bright Side. What's up?
Well, hi. I broke my wrist Friday.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just had a pretty bad break. I will have to have surgery either this Friday or the next Monday.
You need some nutrition ahead of time.
Yeah, I need to know what to do.
Lots. Get yourself on the Ultimate Enzymes if you're not already. This is, by the way, not just for Cindy. Everybody listening who's pre-surgery, 2 to 4 weeks before surgery, you want to load up with key healing nutrients. So as soon as that surgical incision is made, as soon as the scalpel breaks the skin, the healing process can begin. So you don't have to wait. That's why you want to load up with nutrients 2 to 4 weeks ahead of time. So Ultimate Enzymes, make sure you get on those. They're wonderfully anti-inflammatory, and stay on them after your surgery. Everything I'm telling you, you want to stay on for 2 to 4 weeks after your surgery as well. Powerfully anti-inflammatory, and they'll speed up healing time. Go get yourself some vitamin K2. Maybe 5,000 micrograms a day, again, continuing through your surgery. You may want to mention this to your doctor. Doctors hate nutritional supplementation before surgery. They think that it'll mess up your prognosis, and the opposite is actually the case. So just let your doctor know. Vitamin K2, 5,000 micrograms a day. And by the way, when you let your doctor know, don't ask him his opinion on it. You just let him know what you're doing. If you believe you should be supplementing, you don't need to worry about what your doctor's opinion of that is if you think you need to supplement. But just let him know so he knows what you're doing. Vitamin E, 400 IU a day or even up to 800 IU a day. Again, very, very can accelerate the healing process, including skin wounds. So if you have a surgical scar, vitamin E taken orally can help minimize the likelihood of a surgical scar forming. 400 to 800 IU on the vitamin E. Make sure you're doing the Healthy Start Pack as well, and I'd probably be throwing in the Fucoid Z. There's an amino acid called arginine, which I've been meaning to talk about because it's so important for nitrogen. Arginine is a phenomenal wound-healing amino acid for burns, for surgical, surgery, to prevent surgical scars, to accelerate the healing from surgery. You use maybe 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of arginine a day. Make sure you're using a good source of protein with your arginine. Whey protein, of course, is the best, as well as bone soup and egg protein. Zinc is a super important mineral for the healing process, and vitamin A is a super important vitamin for the healing process, as we've been talking about. So 50 milligrams a day of zinc. Picolinate, Picolinate. And if you want to really do it right, you always want to take a little copper with your zinc, 2 to 4 milligrams of copper. And then MSM sulfur, we talked about that. And then vitamin A, 20,000 international units a day of vitamin A. MSM sulfur, maybe 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams a day. Okay, and then staying away from anything that messes up your digestive system, and sugar is also a good idea. Sugar will slow down the healing process because it's pro-inflammatory. Digestive toxins, same way. So hopefully you don't have any issues with the digestive system. If you do all the digestive support. You do? Oh, yeah, I think I've talked to you before.
Yeah, you have. I'm still trying, they have me on Dilaudid, okay?
No, I can't help you with Dilaudid. Dilaudid's going to whack out your digestive system.
I know, and I don't know what to do before.
Are you constipated? Are you constipated?
Well, I was constipated before I ever had this.
Is it making it worse?
It's really making it worse. And I've been doing vitamin C and magnesium.
That's not helping?
Flex, and it's really not helping.
Okay, here's a couple more things to throw in, although you are going against the grain. Everything we're helping you with, you're going against the grain by using the Dilaudid, but if you're in pain, you're in pain. I can't help. Pain is just something that pain pills are for, and it's kind of a decision you have to make, and I can't help you with that. Right. But here's a couple other things for constipation that's caused by Dilaudid or constipation in general. Go get yourself a little coffee grinder and grind up flax seeds and put them in your smoothie or put them in water and drink them down. Flax seeds can have a laxative effect. And then also, if you have a Vitamix, using vegetable juices is tremendously effective for helping the digestive system because you get both soluble and insoluble fiber in the juices. Super important for bacteria that live in the intestine as well, as we talked about the last couple of weeks. So getting yourself a Vitamix, grinding up celery and beets and cucumber, adding some water in there and some spices and salt. Very, very effective for all digestive health issue, including constipation. Thanks for your call, Cindy. Appreciate it. And good luck with your surgery. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're coming back with more phone calls right after this.
There's a man named Dr. Joel Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor, both a veterinarian and naturopathic physician. Doc asks, why does the United States spend more money on healthcare by far and still rank 50th in health and longevity worldwide? He believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, take charge of their health, and attain optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic prescription drugs that lead to side effects and more toxic prescription drugs. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the big government, big pharma, and big insurance manipulation of our healthcare system. I'm George Norrie, and I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about healthcare. Visit brightsideben.com and listen to Doc Wallach's Deadly Recipes lecture. It makes a lot of sense, and I urge you to join the Brightside Ben team. Go to brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
Improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Attention taxpayers! If you've received a notice from the IRS or state, do not ignore it. It's also a big mistake to try and handle your tax problem on your own. If you owe back taxes, it's a fact that the government has the power to take everything you own, including your home, business, wages, savings, and your freedom. But here's the good news. There's a special toll-free tax hotline set up especially for you. This tax hotline will tell you about new programs that are geared to help you dramatically settle, reduce, or eliminate what you owe. But you have to call now. Take down this number or put it in your cell phone. But call 877-345-7645. That's 877-345-7645. When you call, you get free information on how you can reduce or eliminate back taxes, including penalties and interest. You can also be helped if you have unfiled returns, a tax lien, wage garnishment, bank levy, or if you've been entered into a payment plan but can't make the payments. Don't make the big mistake in thinking you can ignore or handle your tax problem on your own. You can stop the collection process immediately at 1-877-345-7645. That's 1-877-345-7645. 1-877-345-7645.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
Let's go to Niagara Falls and welcome Paul to the bright side. Good morning, Paul.
Hi, Ben.
What's up, my friend?
I met you in Olean last fall.
Is this chicken leg Paul or chicken wing Paul?
This is chicken foot Paul.
Chicken foot Paul. What's he still doing those chicken feet?
Big long white beard. Remember me?
I remember you, Paul. Are you still doing the chicken feet?
Yeah, the chicken broth with the.
That's awesome.
Chicken feet, yep.
Yeah,
sure am.
Good deal. Good deal.
This morning.
So what's going
Friday
on?
night, I started getting a pain in my side, right under my rib.
Okay, which side?
Got worse on Saturday.
Which side were you on? Right side? The right side?
Right side.
All right.
The only thing I could think of was the appendix, until I looked at a picture of the body and figured out it was my gallbladder.
What did you eat? Did you eat something fatty?
No, I was eating the regular stuff. And Sunday it got so bad yesterday, I almost called an ambulance twice to go to the hospital.
Yeah, that could definitely be the gallbladder.
Then I remembered N-acetyl acid. You talked about
N-acetylcysteine. N-acetylcysteine
for inflammation. And I did 1.5 grams of that and got in a warm shower and mitigated this for about 2.5 hours. Did it again when it came back.
Yeah.
That time lasted for about 5 hours. And did some before I went to bed, and this morning I'm 90% better.
That is awesome. Now, here's what you need to do, though. You've got to make sure that your gallbladder is working effectively. Try to have a little bit of oil, maybe some coconut oil or some Udo's blend or some oil in a tablespoon or a couple tablespoons and see what happens. If you do have a gallbladder problem, you're going to feel it. If you put oil into the system, then you do want to know that. If it's the case that you do have a gallbladder issue, if you start to feel pain again after a fatty meal or after the oil that you take, then you want to start doing some strategies to help your body process the fat and oil. There's lots of great ones. The ultimate enzymes contain an enzyme called lipase, L-I-P-A-S-E, that can help you. Of course, lecithin, we talk about that all the time, using bile salts, that can help you.
I do.
You do all that stuff already?
Yep.
Yeah, lecithin too?
I don't know what it was. I got a bad tooth, Doc, that's going to get pulled. It's real infected. You think that might have had something to do with it?
It's not a good thing, but I don't think that would have something to do with it. I'd be looking at the foods. If it is indeed the foods, you may want to up or increase your dosage on all the nutrients that you're taking, the fat metabolizing nutrients, more digestive enzymes, more lecithin, more bile salts. Are you using apple cider vinegar? That can also be helpful.
I'm starting to do it more and more.
And also sodium.
Safe,
good one last thing let me tell you.
The NAC?
It's super safe. They inject it right in your blood if you have in an emergency room if you have liver poisoning. No, it's super safe, non-toxic.
You said they carry it on all ambulances.
Yeah, it's in ambulances. It's in the emergency rooms. It's part of the protocol for Tylenol poisoning.
What if I did like 5 grams at once?
I don't know what would happen. Try it. I can't tell you what happened. I've never seen anybody do that much at once. But
I was ready to eat the whole bottle.
I don't think you want to necessarily do it that way, Paul. Apple cider vinegar is also a good idea. And then sodium bicarbonate can also help sometimes with fat metabolism because it can trigger the secretion of bile. Some sodium bicarb a little bit after you eat, maybe an hour or so after you eat a meal. Sometimes that will help as well. Thanks for your call, Paul. I got to move on, okay? Anything else you want?
Ben.
All right, good luck. God bless you, ma'am. All right, let's go to John in Monterey, California. What's up, John? Welcome to the bright side.
Hey, good morning, Ben.
Good morning.
I've got 2 issues. COPD
and
mycoplasma.
Okay, they're related. They're related, Paul.
My friend called me recently, a dear friend, and she was diagnosed with COPD in December.
Well, these are 2 separate people?
No. Well, yeah, two separate issues, yeah.
But the same person?
No.
Okay.
No. 2 separate ones. COPD, she said she had I think it was BTW, which is what Leonard Nimoy died from.
BTW?
I think that was what she said. I don't
doesn't
have the
sound
email.
familiar. I don't know what Leonard Nimoy died, but I'll have to look that up. But I don't know what BTW is. Here's the deal with COPD. Okay, once she probably was a smoker, correct? Or
no, she wasn't.
Never a smoker. Just had COPD.
No, not a smoker.
All right. Well, COPD is usually associated with mechanical trauma, but it could be a lot of things as well. Once you get into lung problems, you're not going to oxygenate your blood as effectively, and then everything else it all tumbles out of control from that point forward. So assuming there's no permanent damage, there's no mechanical damage, then she can start doing some breathing techniques, practicing slow, deep breathing, yoga breathing, anything along those lines is going to help. Activating the relaxation nervous system can also be important, using massages, hot tubs, hot water, showers, all of those things, relaxation techniques, mental relaxation techniques can also be very helpful and important. As far as nutrition goes, there's lots of nutrients that she's going to want to use, especially antioxidant nutrients, things like vitamin C, vitamin A, zinc, selenium, all of these are important. N-acetylcysteine, we just talked about with Paul, that can be very helpful for lung functioning as well. If you can get her on a rebounder, anything that will move the circulation, move the blood supply can be helpful. Move the blood through the circulatory system. A rebounder, jumping up and down on there for a minute or 2, even brisk walking, some kind of exercise where she's moving her circulatory system, where the blood is moving, and anything that will open up the blood vessels can be helpful as well. Magnesium is very effective as a vasodilator. Niacin, which is vitamin B3, vasodilation meaning blood vessel opening. Vitamin B3, which is niacin. I would be doing a timed release form of niacin, maybe 250 to 300 milligrams of niacin. Vitamin C, that goes without saying for all circulatory health issues, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams a day. She should absolutely be on the Healthy Start Pack. Vitamin E is also helpful for keeping the blood flowing effectively, 400 to 800 IU a day of vitamin E. The ultimate EFAs, omega-3 fatty acids, have a blood thinning effect. Of course, that's part of the Healthy Start Pack. And then one last thing that you might want to consider is the Fuchs Z. Last but not least, if she does have any digestive problems, those can compound circulatory issues as toxins get into the blood. As toxins get into the blood, clogging it can cause some clogging, and that can impair the circulatory system as well. So you're looking at 2 factors here. Number 1, you're looking at breathing. That's COPD is directly an oxygenation issue. And number 2, you're looking at circulation, the circulation of the blood through the body. Breathing and circulation, anything that improves circulation is going to be in her interest. And then if she can do deep breathing techniques just to get the muscles used to moving and strengthening the muscles, the intercostal muscles, those are the respiratory lung muscles, that can be helpful as well. Lots you can do. Nobody has to suffer with these things. Yes.
Okay, good deal. Thank you so much.
God bless you, man.
Mycoplasma.
Yeah.
Doc Wallach talks about mycoplasma as sort of the cause for rheumatoid arthritis.
It's there. No. Here's the thing. Mycoplasma is there. I wouldn't say it's a cause. Mycoplasma is a type of bacteria, weird type of bacteria that doesn't have a cell wall around it. It's just a strange type of bacteria. It is involved in a lot of health issues. It's an inflammation-causing bacteria. But the way I look at rheumatoid, it's an autoimmune disease. So while mycoplasma may be present, you've got to work on the immune system. It's an autoimmune disease, hence it means that you got to take care of the immune system. So the bulk of your immune system, 80% or so, is located in the digestive system. That's always my first strategy. Yes, bacteria may be involved, and we're going to talk about that in acne here. Bacteria may be involved, but I don't look at them as being primary. I look at them as being more of an effect than a cause, or the proliferation of bacteria is an effect rather than a cause. Work on the immune system. It's so simple to do. Mycoplasma, if you're dealing with mycoplasma, you're going to have to go to the or if you think you're dealing with mycoplasma, you're going to have to go to the doctor, get an antibiotic, deal with all the nonsense rigmarole that you have to deal with at the doctor's office. But if you deal with the immune system, you can do it yourself. So here's what you want your friend to do, and then I'm going to let you go real quick. I want to get one more call in, if I can. Have her fast. Okay? Have your friend do a fast for 2 days. Watch what happens. If her symptoms improve when she fasts, bingo, you'll know you got a digestive condition, and I can guarantee you, almost with 100% certainty, that's what she's going to notice, that when she fasts, her inflammatory symptoms improve. That's your sign that you're dealing with a digestive health issue, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. And by the way, for all digestive health issues, the BioLumin Nightly Essence is extremely important probiotics. Thanks, John. Have a beautiful day, man. Thanks for calling. Robert, got about a minute. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, you talking to me?
I'm talking to you, Robert.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, Robert. Robert, there's the music. What were you going to ask me? You got something you want to ask real quick?
Bone soup. When I
Love
make it, there's a lot of fat left over.
Eat it.
Should I be eating that fat
yes.
too?
Mix it up into the soup. Absolutely. That's where your vitamin D is. That's where your cholesterol is. That's where all the good, a lot of the good stuff is. Not all of it,
That's
a lot of
what
the
I
good
thought.
stuff.
I was just wanting to make sure because I got the knee problems too. Pains in the back, and I'm just trying to fix that.
Bone soup, Robert. And you look good, man. You're doing a great job. This is Robert in Colorado, right?
Yes, sir.
You're doing great.
Colorado. All right. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it.
You too. God bless you, man. Have a beautiful day. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Tomorrow we will continue talking about skin health and acne. We'll give you some more topical nutrition, or we'll give you some more nutritional strategies for dealing with a skin condition called acne. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Check out my blog, pharmacistben.com. Give the Brightside Ben phone team a call at 866-735-2470 for a one-time $10 fee. Tell them you want to join the team. Have an awesome, spectacular, beautiful day, folks. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610, or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.